Hey, everybody. Welcome to the RGR Football Channel. My name is Daniel Harms. Today, we have a new video for you. Some new information I've been told about a certain player who hasn't been playing very much. But first, before we get into it, make sure you hit that like, the bell, sub, all that stuff, because we definitely appreciate you guys' support. And we want to make sure that you're up to date on everything that Ryan and I do, everyone here at RGR, that we do on a daily basis. Thank you guys for your support so much. It really means a lot. I don't understand specifically, what happened with Juan Thornhill. I know a few things here and there, so we're going to get into it right now. I think what happened, they didn't expect to rely on him so much in the first week. He had to play a ton of snaps against the Browns because Tyrann Mathieu wasn't available. He looked much better in the second half of that game than he did in the first. Tells me a little bit about his situation, that his legs needed to get under him a little bit. He definitely didn't trust what he was looking at. Also, the whole game shifted a little bit. The Browns started to throw the ball more, and you started to see him get more comfortable in pass defense specifically, not so much in the run filling lanes. So I look at that game, and then I look at the snap counts the last three games. They've been very difficult, but you see like 11, like close to the 20s, now in the 30s. It's been made known to me that we've had a lot of speculation. What's going on with Juan? Is he sleeping with Spagnuolo's wife? Is he earmarked for this because he did something wrong in practice? Is he just not getting the defense? Is he not getting anything? Like, is he just being bad in practice, and is he just a bad player? I don't think we can rightfully say any of this stuff just because we've had to deal with a lot of the speculation around Juan Thornhill. Juan Thornhill is the second best safety on this roster. There's no doubt in my mind. He's one of the most talented players in terms of mentally understanding what's unfolding in front of him, and physically gifted that they have too. He's got all of that range. I think he has the intelligence, and I think that he unlocks a lot of things that this defense does well, and that Spags can trust him in some certain situations. Against the Eagles, they did a lot more shifting things around defensively. It looked like they used Juan a bit more. Obviously, the snap counts suggest that's true. He didn't look exceptionally comfortable tackling Jalen Hurts in space. Not many people do. If you guys remember a specific play, they were trying to sack, Jalen Hurts, but you have like this bubble he creates around himself because he's so quick, and you have three different Chiefs defenders, trying to track him down. Eventually, he breaks off and is able to complete a pass. So what happens here? I think Juan Thornhill is being ramped up snap count wise. I do believe after it's been made known to me, at least on some level, the Chiefs are not super comfortable with his knee right now. Obviously, I can't tell you where I got this information, but I do know that, at least from what I'm seeing, they stressed him in the first game. Okay, against the Browns, he was playing a lot, probably more than they anticipated playing him in the first week of the season. And ever since, they've dialed his snap counts back a lot, relying on an older, less explosive, less athletic Dan Sorensen, because maybe they believed that they would need Juan Thornhill later, specifically in a week 5 game against the Buffalo Bills, who want to throw the ball all over the yard. Maybe they weren't planning the Eagles to do everything that they did in that game, and maybe that's why he started to see more snaps. All of this is speculation, but I can tell you, like I said, that there is not as much confidence in his knee as maybe Juan Thornhill has. That brings us to a lot of different things, specifically his social media posts. I think that he's giving himself something, trying to just amp himself up. It's not his fault. Like he's doing all the things right, and just to keep his head down and keep working, and eventually it'll pay off. I think that's what I'm looking at right now. But when I'm going to be able to hopefully get a hold of the all 22 today. I know I've seen some around everywhere, so I'm going to be looking for it. I'm going to be getting it. So I'm going to look at his snaps specifically. Basically, that's what I'm going to look at from the defensive side. We're going to see how Spags adjusted some things. I do have a few things I'm going to put on Twitter about the adjustments that were even made early in the first quarter. But I want to see what's going on with Juan in that explosiveness. Like, if he can get downhill, like, basically I just want to see his change of direction and how he goes from backing up to going forward. That click and close ability, very important with the knee, because you do put a lot of stress on it when you stop to go forward. And like I mentioned, I think that they have been ramping him up for a game where he played very well against the Bills in the playoffs. We all remember that game very specifically. It was an excellent game, excellent coverage game as well from Juan Thornhill. I expect to see his snaps go back up again on Sunday night against the Buffalo Bills in a tilt with one of the best teams in the AFC. A tilt where the Buffalo Bills are coming off two shutouts of the NFL teams. I understand all of the stuff about how bad their opponents have been and bad their offenses have been. That doesn't matter. It's hard to shut out teams in the NFL. So what I'm taking into this is that yes, maybe they weren't ready to give him a full set of reps on his knee after he stressed himself in the first game. Maybe after that first game, he came back and had a little bit of soreness, so they backed him up. You notice that he hasn't been extremely like upset about most of what's going on. Okay, and obviously the team has kept him away from talking about it in press conferences. So for me, it seems like there is an understanding because eventually that kind of frustration when you're being played behind someone who is not as good as you are wins out for a lot of these athletes because that's how good I believe Juan Thornhill is. And the two of him, Juan Thornhill and Tyrann Mathieu, are one of the best safety tandems in the NFL. So what we're thinking here, what I'm thinking here is what I'm relaying to you guys is that yes, he was hurt a little bit. I think that he may have been a little bit sore and they wanted to back off his reps. And like I said, when I get to the film, I'll see exactly what's been going on in terms of the way he plays, the way he moves, his reading, trusting his eyes a little bit. I know that tackle made him look very uncomfortable, but again, in space against Jalen Hurts, I'm not too worried about it. Specifically, it's not easy to tackle a guy like that. So Juan Thornhill, the curious case. I think we may have unsurfaced a little bit of what's going on, and like I said, it's not been confirmed. This is what I was told. Okay, that somebody heard talking. Just leave it at that. That his knee is the main issue, that he's not been playing more snaps. But like I said, we've seen a ramp up in his snaps over the last couple weeks. That leads me to believe they're getting him ready to play against the Buffalo Bills. Now, if he doesn't, then again, I think that that's just more about the knee than anything, and they want him to be fresh and ready for the playoff run. Because if we're being like, if we're looking at this through a spectrum of long term, 17 game season, the Chiefs know at some point, regardless of where they finish in the AFC West in terms of the playoff picture, they're going to be in it at some point. Their offense is literally one of the best in the NFL, if not the best. It's the most efficient and it's the most, they're scoring at a pace that no team is. They're not even the pace the 2018 team scored at. They are doing something with the amount of drives that they've been given and the touchdowns that they're scoring based off of it in a way that is very hard to replicate. They're seeing all of this stuff on offense, and I think that they're seeing, yeah, their defensive talent isn't quite there. But really, they have been kind of tested in the first couple weeks with run teams, and now we get to the Eagles, and they throw the ball a bit more. You see more Juan Thornhill. So yeah, maybe we're just kind of waiting to see what happens in that. I know that the Chargers game, they threw the ball around a bit more. Again, like I do feel they're ramping up. So we're gonna get to see on Sunday night if this all is true for this specific game. But long term, I think that they're trying to save Juan Thornhill for the playoffs. And as much as I think, yeah, it would be nice to have him on the field. I think I'd rather have him in the postseason. I know that's going to come to a lot of um, maligned opinions based off of the information I've been given, but that's what I can tell you right now is going on. At least pretty sure that he's being caught. They're being cautious with Juan. So that's really where we're at with Juan Thornhill. I think that there is some optimism. Everybody gets healthy at some point. I think the Chiefs will have most of the guys that they've been out with. I believe Frank Clark, Trevor Ward, possibly, no, Fenton. All of these guys are going to hopefully be ready to play. Maybe Willie Gay. We don't really know yet at this time. So I'm hoping to see all that come through. And if they get all those players back and they play more Juan Thornhill, they can trust the guys below a little bit more. You can see maybe a little more pass rush. Like I said, I'm pretty much out on Frank Clark at this point, so he's got to come in and really prove that he's ready to play. So again, Juan Thornhill, knee still think the talent's really there, and I do think that he's going to be ramped up to play more this season as it gets into the postseason and more down the stretch. We might see more of these snap count type of things, but I do think they're just making sure that he's ready to go full stop before they get anything out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of information that I don't really think is anywhere else. So just remember that I am here for you guys. And I hope you guys join me tomorrow night, my first ever live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do some film. I'm going to go over some of the way that the Chiefs manipulated and took advantage of all of the different formations that they can bring out there. That they can go 5 wide. They can bring 3 tight ends out. They can do a lot of things in the run game. They are doing a lot of things in the run game that's very, very impressive. It's very cool. And like I said, I hope you guys come with me. We're going to be on there for maybe an hour, depending on how it goes, how many people show up, and how much you guys are asking questions and learning. So I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are excited, and I hope you guys join me tomorrow for my first ever live stream. You guys just have a great day.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.